Israel is surrounded by Hamas in Palestine, Hezbollah in Lebanon, Syria, and Iraq, as well as number of local groups, and HOUTHIS in Yemen. Iran, not being neighbor, supports everyone with everything. HOUTHIS, not the only group with cruise missiles that can reach Israel, but all regional proxies in Syria, Iraq, Lebanon, Palestine, and others are likely to have these capabilities. The IDF and Israeli military confirmed that a cruise missile fired by the HOUTHIS in Yemen landed in an open area near the southern Israeli city of Eilat on Monday. The Houthi militia is not the only Iran-backed militia in the region with cruise missiles that could potentially attack Israel. The HOUTHIS launched several ballistic and cruise missiles and drones toward Israel since the current war in the Gaza Strip began. Israel's multi-layer air defenses and the U.S. Navy intercepted several of these strikes. There's already speculation that the HOUTHIS used their longest-range cruise missile. The cruise missiles can fly at low altitudes and follow a flexible path, making them less predictable and potentially more difficult to intercept. It's unclear if the Houthi missile successfully evaded Israeli air defenses or if Israel merely determined it wasn't a threat to any populated area and let it land in an empty quarter. While the Yemeni HOUTHIS missiles and drones have repeatedly grabbed headlines since beginning, the Yemen-based group isn't the only regional militia with cruise missiles, which is significant, since the other groups are also situated much closer to Israel. In Israel's close-knit vicinity, there is evidence that Iran has attempted to help Hamas build cruise missiles inside Gaza. In early January, Israeli troops uncovered an underground weapons manufacturing plant containing components the Israeli military affirms proved Hamas learned under Iranian guidance how to operate and build precision components and strategic weapons. The components included a rocket engine and cruise missile warhead Hamas had been developing in the underground site. Further afield in the same month, militias in Iraq were also revealed to have Quds 2 cruise missiles when one that had failed to launch was found and photographed by Iraqi police in Babel south of Baghdad. Incidentally, few days later, Iran-backed groups claimed they targeted Israel's second city Haifa with what it called an enhanced cruise missile named Al-Arqab. Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah also claimed a cruise missile fired from Iraq had hit Haifa and that Israel kept the incident secret and did not comment on it. These Iraq-based groups have claimed responsibility for repeated strikes against Israel in recent months. In March, they claimed to have targeted Ben Gurion Airport in Tel Aviv twice in 1 week with drones. Incidentally, these militias also claimed they striked Eilat with appropriate weapons late last year. Unlike Monday's attack, however, Israel did not confirm any of these strikes, not to mention landing on its territory. Tehran has long sought to arm its militias with increasingly sophisticated weapons, especially missiles, rockets, and drones, and the means to assemble and manufacture them locally, and continuing doing so. One Iranian commander summed up this broad strategy as teaching a man how to fish, as goes the time-old proverb. As part of its policy of strategic patience, Iran has bided its time, avoiding implication in direct conflict, all the while improving the capabilities of the militias it supports, including Hezbollah, Hamas, Palestinian Islamic Jihad, HOUTHIS, and a militia of Iraqi groups. Dr. Azizi, senior lecturer in history and political science at Clemson University and author of the books named The Shadow Commander, Soleimani, the U.S., and Iran's Global Ambitions. These groups' missile capabilities have dramatically improved in the last few years. If you compare Hezbollah's current missile capabilities with those in 2006, you'll see just how far it has advanced. In just 2 decades, the Hezbollah, Iran's most powerful militia proxy, has piled up an arsenal of over 150,000 surface-to-surface missiles, with an increasing number precision-guided. The group is also believed to possess powerful Russian-built Yakan anti-ship cruise missiles with a range of 186 miles approximately. In light of the unprecedented military cooperation between Iran and Russia in recent years, Russia has shown increasing reluctance to interfere with the flow of arms to Hezbollah and other Iran-backed groups in Syria and Lebanon. U.S. officials even suspect Moscow's Wagner group has plans to provide Hezbollah with a Russian-built Pantsir S-1 air defense system rather directly. Hamas and pro-Tehran Iraqi militias are now in advanced stages of producing most of their weaponry locally, although there is still significant Iranian support in all levels, including provisions of parts, military training, and financial help. America and Israel continue to have overwhelming military superiority over the Iran and the world, of course, but in any serious battle, Hezbollah and its Iraqi and Iranian allies will be much more effective than they have ever been, by estimation many more times than they were in 2006.